watch has been trimmed way, way back, and we'll show you that. And we're also looking at the potential for still some heavy rain south and east of town overnight and some big winds tomorrow. And we're a little bit concerned about the winds. So first things first, we'll be getting your questions in a second, but until they start appearing, I'll just kind of go through a couple of things. So here's the deal. The watch is now trimmed back, so it does not include Charles County or points north and west. But I think southern Charles County, you can still get some pretty big rains overnight. Calvert and St. Mary's down toward the northern neck, you all are still under the watch until 7 a.m. Okay, here's the big picture. Look at all the moisture. It's supposed to stream up from Georgia and even back into Alabama and Mississippi. So it's a big storm, and actually the storm itself will begin to intensify almost right over us and then move along the coast. And that's what's going to bring us our winds on Friday. So we'll zoom in. So we're back in the light to moderate rain across most of the metro. We've had a little bit of a respite, but now we're seeing some activity redevelop, and that will become heavier south and east of town. In fact, as we go into the south part, see the little yellow down toward Patuxent River? That's some moderate rainfall. And this is kind of the focus for the heaviest rain all night will be south and east of 95. Temps haven't moved much all day. Wedge is held tough. 45 still in D.C., 44 in La Plata. Now, let's talk about what's going to happen the next 12 hours. So temps are going to try to go up. I'm not sold on this north and west of town, but I think in town this will probably happen. So temperatures going up to near 50. 2 o'clock, 53, 4 o'clock, and then 54 by 10 o'clock. Notice no shortage of rain across the board and winds picking up. So we got a yellow weather alert for tomorrow morning rather, and it's for a wet commute in the morning, a moderate impact, flooding very low, late flights, low but on the table, and morning snow, well, that's very low but also on the table if you are Hagerstown West. So headlines for tonight, more rain but heavier south and east, yellow weather alert Friday morning, and then for rain and showers, and then boom, there are wind gusts 30 to 40 miles an hour on Friday. First things first, take you through 6 a.m. So no shortage of rain or showers, temps upper 40s to low 50s. Then notice what happens by 9 o'clock. See the snow, see the blue between Hagerstown and Cumberland? And some models bring it further south than that. Temperature's warm, and then boom, we dry out. Winds start to shift more from south-southwest to west. Then they shift more due westerly. Good snows west of the divide. A great weekend to ski, by the way, west of the divide. By 6 o'clock, temps have fallen now, upper 30s, low 40s. And then by 1 a.m. Saturday morning, late Saturday night, temperatures in the 30s, but it is dry. So it's just a cold and breezy date night. So let's talk about the breezes. This is a snapshot in time and also a forecast. Winds could gust to 30 miles an hour, Leesburg, Martinsburg. Look at the winds, though, across the bay. 52, Georgetown, 53 mile per hour wind gust at quarter to 10 in Dover. That's because it's closer to the storm. 1:45, 2 o'clock, wind still gusting 20 to 30. 5:30 to 6 o'clock, wind still gusting 20 to 25. And then overnight Friday into Saturday morning, winds gusting to 10 to 20 miles an hour. So becoming breezy tonight, chilly with more rain, winds picking up south-southwest at 10 to 15. Now, I want to show you a couple things, and then we'll get your questions. So you saw the Futurecast, but I want to show you this Futurecast because this is kind of crazy. I did not show this on the air, but I will show this to you just for giggles here. All right. So first, let me get and make sure I'm getting your questions. So hang on. Let me log on. The questions should be on there now. I think should be. Boom. Stand by, please. Okay, good. There we are. Excellent. Okay. All righty then. Okay. I am ready for questions. So this is a different model. And this is the NAM, which I like. So this is Friday morning, 40s to 50s. Friday at 6 o'clock. Look what it does by 10:30. It brings snow almost to Leesburg and Frederick, and moderate snow in Hagerstown and Martinsburg. Some of the models bring thunder snow to Hagerstown. And look, it gets it all the way down to D.C. at 11 o'clock in the morning. Even though we got temps in the 40s, upper air really gets cold fast. And then the snow finally kind of skirts Hagerstown to Westminster to Aberdeen into northeastern Maryland and then back out. So that's kind of interesting. We'll see if that comes to pass. Well, hi Betty, how you doing? From Madison, Virginia, how you doing? So that's a model I did not share tonight with anybody on the air. I did talk about it possibly changing to snow, but this is really going crazy. I mean, that's calling for several inches in Hagerstown. I'm not getting the questions I normally see. You guys there? I'm ready for questions here. So, what we are concerned about, though, are the winds. Again, the rainfall tonight, not crazy. In fact, here's the same model with the rainfall tonight. You can see it's not crazy heavy. It just brushes Reedville and Northern Neck with some heavy activity late tonight. And notice it keeps temperatures in the 40s, which I agree with. Then it brings temps in the 50s late, and then it barrels the temperatures down, especially the upper air temperatures. So we'll see. If the models comes in consistent, maybe at tonight before the 11th, I might bring that snow line down further. But right now, I'm just not sold. I'll show you another wind gust in that model, and this is scary. This is the same one that's bringing the snow in here. Look at the winds here at 7:30, 38 miles per hour downtown, 50 miles per hour in Gaithersburg. It's just a little bit overdone, I think. That's at 11:15. 3:30, 4 o'clock. We've got winds to 30 across the board. What's up for Shirlington? Just some light rain, Megan, tonight, and then some winds 20 to 30, maybe 35 mile per hour winds tomorrow. And this model keeps going. I mean, winds even tomorrow night. We're still 31 in Hagerstown. Not quite so sure I'm sold on that, but we'll see. I think they're going to be. We have them between the 30 and 40 range in town. So that's what we're thinking. I do want to show you a couple of things. I'm going to widen this radar back out. And I'm going to do a couple of things here. I'm going to take the radar off, so don't freak out. I'm going to take the radar off. And I'm going to just go in and put in some watch boxes. So those are tornado watches to the south. Okay. Now I'm going to put in some other watches just for fun. We'll put in coastal flood. Okay. We're going to put in winter storm. And we're going to put in winter storm. Should be put in gale warning. Okay, and let's see. Should be one more I want to put in here. Hang on, winter storm, yep. I'd like to put in winter weather advisory, but I don't see it in here. I won't put in, well, I could put in the winds, but I won't. So this should have populated some stuff. Didn't really populate anything, did it? Huh. Sure should have. Interesting. Oh, you know what it is? Hang on a second. Yeah, it won't do what I want it to do exactly. Well, let me see. Maybe it will. Let me see. Okay, so there's. Let's see which one that is. Oh, it's got all these checked. That's the problem. Oh, all these are checked. Okay, hang on. I'll take off the smoke advisors if that's okay for everybody. Snow. I don't know winter weather. We'll keep the winter weather. That's what I wanted. I'm not so sure which ones these are. That took away some. That's the only one I have on there. Is that, well, I'll take that one away. There we go. Okay. Whew. Okay, so we got the advisory on. Gale warning. Well, you can see the severe weather in the south here. I mean, that's a lot of real estate for a tornado watch. So we're kind of lucky that it is past us and south of us. So we're still dealing with some rain, but nothing crazy at this point. Hey, Jerry, any snow in Fredericksburg this winter? Boy, Jerry, I hope so, but I just don't see anything in the next 10 days. I really don't. Temps are going up again next week. So I don't see anything. I just don't see anything. Here's a big picture again. I'll loop this for you. Rain stops in Merrifield. Probably, well, we're going to have a lull tonight. We may have showers up until 9 or 10 o'clock tomorrow morning in Merrifield. That's what I'm thinking. George has wood stove going. Excellent. Excellent. Calvert County, you're not done with the heavy rain, so hang in there, George. Good news is your winds will be less. Where's our snow? Jennifer, I don't know. I know. We need a good snow. I'm dying here. West of Baltimore looking on Monday. Warm with some showers, Jimmy. Yeah, sorry, Barb. A little more rain coming our way. Well, Michelle, the storm track is just not right for us right now. It's bringing up the warmer air. In other words, if we had a storm and the storm, did sort of this instead of this, we'd have a chance for snow. But it's not doing that. But that's why. The storm track has been horrible all year. And the sad thing is we had a chance on Saturday, but it's just wimpy. It's kind of going away pretty much. So this is a pretty big storm. Look at this. I mean, if we were to it's kind of along it's a little deceiving. It's along a front. It's kind of different storms, but we got rain and snow 1,600 miles up and down the eastern seaboard. Halifax into the Gulf of Mexico. It's pretty impressive. Nice, how you doing? So I wish I could get the. It's kind of interesting. I don't know why. Let me zoom in again, because it is kind of cool. I'm going to try this again. This is bugging me. I almost showed this tonight. I just didn't have time tonight. Okay, there are the tornado watches. Okay. It's going to put all that stuff back on there, isn't it? Yes. Oh, we're going the wrong way here. I'm going to clean some of this up for you guys. But this is kind of cool. I just want to show you how many advisories are out with this storm. It's going to be a big snow for interior New England, like northern Vermont, New Hampshire. They're going to get big time snows here. Okay, there's a tornado watch. Okay, so thunderstorm watch, don't see that. Ice storm, no. I don't know why the can't. All right, I'm boring you high wind watch. I don't think that's anywhere yet. Oh, yeah, it is up in Boston. See that? See it pop up there? Ice storm. Nope. That did not pop up. Good. Winter's, now we're getting some. So winter storm warning, or watch, well, warning to the north. So they already have a warning up here. That's your winter storm warning. This is your high wind warning right there along the coast. I mean, it's crazy. I'll get rid of the let's see, I wish I could get rid of it. Keep that. Keep that. Get rid of that. We'll get rid of that. We'll keep the high wind on. The high wind's kind of cool. Sorry. It's kind of cool. I like it. Okay, where is the winter? It had, oh, is it lake effect? Okay, that's good. Watch, okay, that's good. That's, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. Anyway, Anais, you're welcome. Linda, you should be able to hear me okay. Hagerstown, not much rain. How will the winds be here? Angie, the winds in Hagerstown could be 30 to 40. It just depends on which model is going to end up being right. I think sort of closer to 30. So this is, say, 6:15, winds Hagerstown 18, 22, 20, 30, 34. I think 25 to 35 is probably it. I think that's probably is high. I mean, the other model has it higher because it has a storm developing sort of pretty close to Hagerstown. We'll see, but right now I think 25 to 35 range, Hagerstown down to D.C. I think that's a reasonable amount. Again, here's a future cast, and this is the one that's not as bullish on the snow, but it does kick it to snow like 8 o'clock in the morning, Cumberland, and not too far from Hagerstown. So that's that I believe. The question is, do I believe the other model that brings accumulating snow to Hagerstown and snowflakes to D.C.? At this point, probably not. I don't think so. I just don't see that. But we'll have new data in tonight, and we'll see if where this storm exactly develops, and if it develops, a little closer to us and is a little more intense, it could throw back some moisture. Remember, it doesn't throw what we call wraparound moisture back very often. And wraparound moisture is, let me go back to the radar. Wraparound moisture is, you've got this storm, and most of the moisture goes by with the storm. So the storm passes, and you get, most of the moisture passed. But as the storm goes past, you'll get a track something like this maybe, and it goes past, but then it wraps around some moisture, and sometimes that gets in here. Most of the time it doesn't. Most of the time it ends up in the mountains, or maybe as far south as Frederick. You guys remember the 1993 blizzard? The forecast for the wraparound moisture was enormous, and it never materialized. Still a pretty big storm anyway, but that would have been devastating if that had happened. But the wraparound moisture here is tough to get. But as I mentioned, it's going to be a great weekend to ski because you're going to get these winds, and the winds hit the upslope of the mountains, and it just raises the air, and it cools, condenses, boom, you got the snow machine. So I think west of the Divide, Friday, Saturday morning, probably 2 to 4, 3 to 6 inches. So it's good skiing for places like, Wisp and Seven Springs and Timberline in the Canadian Valley, and even all the way down into Snowshoe. And really, the way the winter's going, if you want to ski, I'd go this weekend. because I don't see much happening for a while after that. So, all right, everybody. So we'll see. We'll see it with new data tonight at 11, and we'll see what we'll see if this model is really on board here with the snowfall. I'm not convinced, but it's a pretty dynamic system, so we shall see if it does come back. But anyway, thanks for joining me. We'll have some new information at 11, and we'll also have new information on the winds. So right now we're not under a wind advisory, but let's see what happens as we go through the next few hours. So thanks, everybody. I'll try to leave you on that loop. Let's see here. Yeah, leave you on the loop. Okay. Thanks all.